Tired as fuck. This is the last thing I gotta do, so I might as well try.
Alright, what's going on? Two House just dropped his new album Star. So today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make beats like that. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so for this beat, it's like an intro, and then I have like a pre-hook, a hook, or like the first part, and then there's a little bridge, and then we have a switch up. So I'll be breaking down all those parts. So for the first part of the beat, it's just this like pad sound. It's from my newest kit, Solitude, and it's just like piano pad from Serum 2. And I just laid down some simple chords, used this bass line. in G sharp minor, so G sharp down to D sharp down to E, and then just lay down some notes on top. Cool melody. Sounds like this. After that, I just add this bass, the bass kiss, and again, just copy over the bass. Bass line from that piano and got to this.
Bro, my shit don't sound nothing like that, bro. My sound's kind of weak right now. Bro, that shit good enough. No, it's not. No, it's not. I need my other computer. It's disgraceful.
So a simple bass line like a Reese bass. I know Two House kind of basically only use like Reese basses in his songs. Next, after that, it's just this pluck pattern. I wanted to create kind of like a counter melody, something interesting in the background. So I use this pluck, wet, and just laid down this kind of simple pluck pattern. It starts out at A sharp, and then I went up these 3 notes, and I thought those sounded cool. So I just copied them and went up an octave, and then just dragged them over a little bit. And then I added this D sharp right there. But I didn't like how these 2 notes sounded up that high as an octave, so I copied them down like that. And that's how I got this. And then for this, it's a similar thing, but I left those notes higher and then just added this A sharp and a few extra notes right here. So yeah, here's what this pluck pattern sounds like.
Bro, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna watch this nigga do the tutorial though. Shit.
So for effects on that, I just had this EFX Motions preset. It's called Sharks, randomly. And then I just took off the noise because that was kind of annoying. And then some other macro down here I didn't like. So it's just like that reverse thing. And, you know, it kind of adds a little extra ear candy. Next is just another pluck pattern. This is just kind of like a descending pluck pattern. This is one of the built-in stock sounds. It's called Pluck Magic Phase. And just went down, and then for this part, for the second one each, I just copied that down or up an octave, and that sounds like this. So yeah, really cool like ambient pluck layer. Use that a lot in the beat. That's really ear catching, so that sounds pretty cool. Next is just this like bass pluck pattern. I layered 2 basses. So the first bass is this world ending bass from my new Serum Bank, and I just brought the envelope in a little bit so it'd be more like a pluck. And then I used another pluck bass called main and just brought that decay in just a little bit more so it'll be a little bit sharper. And then layered those 2 basses, created like a pluck pattern with the bass line. Just chopped it up, did some interesting stuff, like went up an octave here, and just kind of tried to spice it up a little bit, and I got this. So this kind of gives the beat like more bounce. Use this with like the collapse and stuff in the verse or the pre-chorus, whatever that section of the beat you want to call it. Next, I added this like lead sound. It just copies the bass line right here, and then it goes up an octave and jumps to this D sharp, and just kind of does its own thing. It's this really ambient lead pattern in the background, and it sounds cool. So here's what that sounds like. So yeah, just cool, ambient, kind of distorted lead layer. After that, I went in and made some vocal chops. So this was the original vocal chop that I used, and then I also did some of my own chops. So this was just like one of the parts that I repeated a lot because I thought it sounded good. So I just like a little ambient like phrase right there. And then I added this other part from the vocal chop and used it right here. Like sounds like this though. So yeah, just use that in certain places. Sounds cooler. And then the next vocal chop is just this part right here and then this part right here. So I'll put what these sound like. Yeah, so I did that in Fruity Slicer, but I ended up deleting that later. But export it out, it sounds like this. And then there's a second part right here that sounds like this. And in terms of effects on that, I have reverb, like a really wet reverb, and then after that I have OTT, compressing it and making the high end, like boosting the high end, and then just a delay. So those like cool vocal chops. I noticed there's like vocal chops, New House's album, Star, just some cool stuff like that. Next is like this clap pattern. So I just laid down. First off, it's a like 4 on the floor clap pattern. So that's repeating every like I don't know, four of these little grid things, and there's a clap on the 1 right here, and that has a little bit more decay, so that comes in every once in a while. And then this like hi-hat that comes in every other clap, but then doesn't come in for this part. And then like a snare right here with a long tail that comes in barely, just comes in once. And then this little like other hi-hat sound, but it's kind of like a perk almost, and it's like a cool little like boo sound right there. Sounds cool. And here's what it all sounds like together. So yeah, just like fast clap pattern. Sounds cool, adds bounce to the beat, and I use that for this section. I ended up layering that with these 2 drum loops right here. So these sound like this. I just got these off of Splice, but for the first one, I just like stereo separated it and then turned down the volume, and then the second one's a little bit more prominent, and that just runs for the whole time. That's when you hear the most. In terms of like the transition here, I'll break that down too. It's like this other drum fill I got from Splice, and then some effects like this like photo camera effect I had a delay onto, then this transition, another transition, and then like a drop effect right here. So I'll show you what all those sound like together. So yeah, makes the drop a little bit more epic. I don't know, sounds cooler. And then I just use this like transition thing to like act like a hit or like a crash type of sound the later part of the beat. And then I reverse this riser so it'd be like a dropper, and I use that for the bridge. And yeah, that's basically the whole intro of the beat, and then the first like verse part. So I also did some stuff with like on the master. I have this love filter, and it's a high pass. So I'm cutting out the low end, and it comes in for certain parts, and that just like cuts out all the low frequencies for like just this little part right here, and then mainly this part right here comes in and helps me transition into the bridge. And yeah, so for the bridge, I just take out a lot of sounds. But something important I'm doing is I'm speeding up the BPM. So if you see right here, it's 145 BPM. I have an automation clip, which you can barely even tell there's a difference, but it's going all the way up 5 BPM up to 150 BPM. And that just makes it a little bit faster for this part. I wanted this part of the beat to be just hit a little bit harder. I don't know if Two Hollis does BPM automations or not, but I think he might, because sometimes like the song transitions in a way where it feels like completely different. So I want to do that, give this part a different vibe, use some different bass sounds, different pad sounds, just make it all interesting, and different drum sounds, of course. So this is the first bass part I did. This is just these two basses that I layered. It's this one bass right here from a just random Serum 2 kit I grabbed, kind of like a growl type of bass, and then another bass right here from the Serum 2 Melodic House preset bank, and I just layered those two. They bounce back and forth like A/B call and response type of pattern, and then I put Shaper Box on those to give it like a sidechain type of effect, and then I layer that with the kick so that the kick sounds more prominent in the mix and doesn't sound muddy. And I could manually like sidechain those with a fruity limiter, but I just didn't really feel like doing that, so I just use the 4 on the floor kick pattern.
Bro, I'm going through it right now. I am absolutely going through it, bro. Shit, bro. Got fucking 5 more minutes on the clock. How about I talk? Hell no. That shit seem difficult right now. Fuck.
With a 1/4 sidechain, and that gives you the same exact effect. And then just this filter I put on it, which I'll show you what it sounds like. But the first bass is a little too loud, or a little too like too much high end, so I filtered out that high end for the first part. And yeah, here's what these basses sound like together. So cool little call and response type of thing. For this bass, I originally had a pluck bass in, but then when I switched it to the sub, it still kind of sounded cool, so I didn't remove the like chops. Then just some stuff where I'm playing with the octaves and stuff, and it makes it sound a little bit more interesting. So that's the first bass for this switch up. Then I added a new pad sound. Had to export that out because I used the less CPU. But here's what.
Fuck, bro. Nigga, I'm tired as hell, bro. Fuck. 26 minutes, bro. 4 minutes to beat the clock. Alright. Let me just talk, bro. What am I trying to do here? I just need to learn, bro. Even if I'm not the best right now, that doesn't stop me from becoming the best of all time. Oh, man. It sucks doing beat tutorials and not having all the tools sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta make it shit work. Gotta get this shit to where I need to go. Damn, fuck. I ain't never been this tired before, bro. I gotta figure out how to do this shit in the morning. Fuck, I'm so tired, nigga. I'm ready to fucking pass out. It's not even out. I'm ready to pass out. I just need to lay down, bro. Ooh, shit, man. I really need to just lay down, bro. I need to go grab my stuff. Oh, shit. Damn, we got 2 minutes left. If I play a video, I'm gonna go to sleep. If I work on this shit, I'm gonna fall asleep. I could barely keep my eyes open, bro. Damn. I wanna be able to make beats when I'm tired. Oh, did I just fall asleep, gang? Nah, that shit crazy. That shit diabolical, bro. I sat with my eyes closed. That shit felt magnificent. Holy. I need 30 minutes. Okay. It's just like the gym. I went into the gym. Some workouts. I ain't do my shit for real. Cause, you know, it's just my first day. I gotta treat this shit like the same thing. Like going to the gym. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Guess it's a good thing this shit recorded, cause y'all gonna see the progression, man. Just know this shit. I gotta come back and do the same tutorial or something, cause hopefully you just making this shit work with whatever sounds niggas got, you know? Shit. Tired as fuck. Oh shit. And I gotta get that shit off my phone. I got some shit to do when I wake up. And I gotta watch the tutorial, do that shit properly. Damn, alright, y'all. I'm gone, bro. I don't even know. I woke up. I don't even know, bro. I'm tired as hell.